We get pallets and inventory into our system by using two main options. Primarily, we receive them through something called an ASN receipt or a PO inbound receipt. They, they are pallets that come in through trucks. An ASN is called, it's an acronym for Advanced Shipment Notice. When the sender of the trucks or the pallets ship the pallets over to us, ROC automatically gets a file that contains the pallet IDs and the quantities and the UCC barcodes. The UCC barcodes being the ones that give us the product code information and the weights and all that stuff that's required. We use that file to receive pallets in. In testing, we go into this folder. Actually, this is also done in production as well. The ASN and PO inbound inquiry. They usually run that and find out where, if the ASN has already arrived in our system. If it's an ASN, it will be in the ASN tab and it will contain pallet IDs, quantities, and all that. If it's only a PO, it won't have an ASN, therefore it won't have pallet ID information. Some sites send us details without the pallet ID information. For our testing purposes, we would always, 99% of the time, use the ASNs. And in this case, we're going to continue receiving a trailer, a shipment number that has already been docked at dock 17. If I look up trailer management in the ROC desktop and sort it by dock 17, that exact shipment number 3831 is set up to that dock. In order to know what pallets exist in this shipment, we copy that shipment number, go to PO ASN inquiry, and we paste that shipment number over and run and say, okay. Now, this is something that we get only in the test system. In real life, the people will actually have physical pallets that they would be able to scan. So here we have the ticket IDs, the UCC tag, which includes the item code, the weight, the date, and serial numbers. It has the quantity that each pallet contains. So we go into the ROC handheld. We're going to receive one, and we're going to receive a trailer. Now that trailer is set on dock 17 when we look at the trailer management in the ROC desktop. We type in the alias. Usually, in our case, in the test system, we've just put a dash behind the dock number. Usually the users will have some weird characters as the alias that makes them that forces them to scan the dock alias so they know exactly where they're receiving it from. Enter. It's asking for a scan ticket number or pallet tag. I go back to the ASN and PO. That's where the ticket number is. I copy that. I come back, paste it. Scan UCC label or item. In this, ROC is requiring us to scan either a label or type in the item. We would always scan the UCC case label only because we want all the information. This is how ROC confirms that the pallet ID that we are scanning is the correct pallet ID because it maps it to the UCC barcode and the item code. And the UCC barcode for that, copy it, paste it, and now it's asking me for a quantity. And the quantity is 3. I type in 3, Stage locations, I'm just going to choose my stage locations as D, and it has to be an alias so that users are forced to scan the stage location. In our case, in test, we just put a dash behind it. At this point, I have to decide whether I want to stage this palette or I want to put it away in location. If you want to stage it, all you do is press enter. In this case, I am going to press F6 to put it away in location. And Rock is asking me to scan the UCC tags because it is a catch weight item.